Hey, in this quick tutorial I'm going to show you how to use Poiyomi shaders in Blender, or how you would like to call Poiyomi shaders. I've been struggling a bit with finding out how to do it myself, so it took me actually quite some time to figure out a way because I couldn't really find a solution anywhere online, so I hope this helps you out. So basically, first of all, enable bloom in the camera settings right there on viewport. It's right here in render properties. Then screen space reflections. Well, motion blur, you don't need that, but if you want to animate, then motion blur could be quite good, depending if it's not too strong. And if for animation, motion blur is very good. Um, Another thing you could do is ambient occlusion. It just adds a little bit more depth to the whole scene. And as you can already see, the eyes are missing a little bit in the scene. And what we're gonna do is the following. You can see the scrolling emission we have on the bases right here. We have the body with the body texture you made in Photoshop or in Substance, it doesn't really matter. You put this texture, you put it right in here. You just drag and drop it, and then you put the color into the base color. That's all you have to do at the moment. Then the next step is you add the glow pattern PNG. You add it into this whole thing. You don't need the texture coordinate or anything. If you have a map like this already, it should work, especially on this one, on this model it works. It should also work on any other model you're trying to use Poiyomi shaders with, if they give you the blend files for it. And this one is for the another scrolling emission. You can see I'm using the techniques of the Poiyomi shaders, where you have multiple shaders you can basically use on top of the actual model, which is really neat in my opinion. And right now I'm going to show you how to do this overall, especially with the bloom. So first of all, the eyes are missing. So what we're gonna be doing is we're going to get the emission eyes. The emission eyes are just the eyes basically. I don't know why it's not changing the picture right now. It should be okay. So the first thing what we're gonna be doing is we go into color. We just drop it right here with plus, and then we type in screen. What this does is it gives us a um, screen node, and we just change it to multiply. Also keep in mind that once you change it to multiply, because we're using black and white and black, we have to get back to our main image from the body PNG and drag the color slowly right into this B spot right here. It's very good. You don't have to worry about disconnecting anything. It's not gonna disconnect from that. It's not. So you don't have to worry about that. You can change the factors, but this is going to be interesting for later on when you want to adjust some of the glow. For example, the body is a bit too much, and then you can just change it like this, on the fly, the factor. And you can also, once you have everything hooked up, you can literally just play around with the emission strength right here. Hope this is helpful already. You can put this result now into give me 1 second, into another screen value, because we already hooked up two, and it's actually kind of good that I ran into this quote unquote issue, because I was like, oh, I'm out of nodes, I don't have a C here, so I cannot just hook this up into it and it just works. It's sadly not working this way. And I haven't figured out a way how to make another one. So instead, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna put the result from screen into another screen, and always make sure that you clamp the result and clamp the factor. Just do it. It won't do you any bad. And as you can see, the glow is finally in the eyes. So I'm on the tail there too, a little bit or other. It's very cool. You can like put it right there, but you can see the glow is like way too much, you know. So what you can do, like you can play with the factors a bit, like to your liking. Kind of like this is kind of okay for me. Like I said, you can just like play around with it. Even with this, you can play around. You know, you can make the glow more intense, or just like have no glow at all, or less. You can always play with the factors, which is really nice. So I really hope this helped you out. And yeah, just let me know um, what you're gonna be doing with it, and maybe we'll see us in the next tutorial, I'd say. Um, there's also another thing you could do. Like if you don't like the emission, like for example, you're kind of like unhappy with like what it's giving you and it's like too much or anything like that. You can also add another like color ramp or something like that, so you have more control of the colors you want to have. But this is just basically only the Poiyomi way on how to deal with things. But you obviously need to make these yourself, you know. You need to make these yourself. This is pretty easy though. All you gotta do is you have to make this body shape just completely black. Make everything black, and then the parts that you want to be highlighted and spotlighted, you basically cut them out, and then you just add a white layer on top of them. And the same thing for the upper body and like the body itself, the eyes, maybe the claws too. We could be doing the claw emission right now too, just to show you that it works all of the time and you can hook up indefinitely. Like you can keep hooking up all of these screens all of the time, and it doesn't care at all. You know, like it doesn't matter. So you put, well, it doesn't work like that. You have to write screen, otherwise it just doesn't work like that. Don't ask me why, but it just doesn't work like that. So you hook up the B into the main body again. Then the same procedure like what we did before. We didn't do another screen one. Then we put another screen into the other screen, like so. And then we got ourselves. This is, by the way, what happens. Don't get scared whenever this happens. And you just hook it up right there, you know, and then you have a glowing paws, you know, like not like the claws are like they're like glowing, you know, and you can still adjust those too, you know, like you can first of all make those like a bit more brighter again if you want, and then you can put up the factor to 1 again to keep the whole image you want. You can also try to play with the clamp result, the clamp factor. It really all just depends on you and like how much you want to use it for and what you want to use it for. You can also be very precise with the glow too. You can adjust it like on the go. Alright, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy watching this and hope this helped you out. And let me know in the comments what I should be maybe showing you next, or if there's anything that I missed on explaining to you. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.